Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of PYOW! Yeah, I tried that. Couldn't quite hit the high notes, my throat's a little bit sore. Drinking water in my new cup, my neon cup. And PYOW, what is PYOW? Why do you say PYOW? Because that stands for Premier Yarn of the Week. I need to make like a thing that goes across the screen that goes Premier Yarn of the Week with like a little twinkle. Wouldn't that be cute? I need to do that. I need graphics, people. I need graphics. Alright, so on Thursdays is designated Premier Yarn of the Week most of the time. Sometimes we just do Yarn of the Week. But because Premier Yarns is my favorite yarn company, and I love the beautiful red bags they send stuff in. They used to just do red tape, and now they do like red bags and like all the things. I ordered a yarn from there that I've been wanting to try for a while, but it's on the pricier end, and I just couldn't make myself pay that price tag at the time. But I had a coupon, and I'm gonna look up how much this yarn costs. Retail. What is this called? Fibra. Not Fubra. Fibra. Natura. And is it not on here now? See, if it's not on here, what am I supposed to do? Let's look up Cobblestone. There it is. Alright, this yarn is $21.99 per honeycomb shaped ball. Now I'm going to tell you why. Because this is superwash merino wool. So this is the equivalent of buying like a really fancy hank of yarn. Except they already balled it up for you so you don't have to hank it. And I forgot to change my battery before I hit record. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay, so normally when you order when you buy a superwash merino wool, let me figure out where I put them. I have a whole box of them. Where are they at? Alright, so back here. Superwash merino wool usually comes in this. This is called a hank. In order to use this, you have to turn it into a ball or a cake. And in order to do that, you have to have a yarn swift to put the yarn on and either ball it up by hand or, I mean, there's other ways. You could put this over a chair. I've always tangled it into a horrible mess when I've tried to do anything other than put this on a swift. And then I have a machine I have a crank cake, so I cake it up. But you can also ball it up by hand. This usually, superwash merino usually comes like this. This is already pre-balled for you, so like it takes some of the work out of having to work with it. So I buy those cakes, or those hanks, and I love them. But in order to use them, I have to sit down and clear space to put out my yarn swift, and I have to cake it up, and then I can use it. And sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like going through all that extra work to use it. So I was excited that this was in the honeycomb shape, because you can either center or outer pull this. No problem. I also really like the colors. Apparently I'm really into this color lately because it's been showing up in all my yarn purchases, and it just occurred to me right now because everything seems to be matching the shirt that I'm wearing that I'm filming this week, which is strange. This shirt also has yellow in it. This perfectly matches my shirt. And yes, there's even green on my shirt. Okay, so $21.99. By the way, that hank I just showed you, those hanks can retail anywhere from $20 to $40, and sometimes more than that depending on if it's hand dyed, who it's being purchased from, etc., etc. Those hanks are let's see, where's the yardage? This is 423 yards. This one is 612 yards. So there's more yardage, less work because I don't have to ball it up. It's already done. $21.99. It's not a bad price for superwash merino wool. It's really not. But when I buy from Premier, I tend to stick to like the acrylics or the cottons because that's what I like from them. And I have gotten wool from Premier Yarns in the past. I have gotten the Just Wool, that's the Universal brand, because Universal is like the the mother company or the sister company to Premier Yarns is Universal Yarns and then Premier Yarns. Universal Yarns is more like local yarn shops, small knittery type shops. Premier Yarns is more like you see it at Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, like Hobby Lobby, that kind of thing. The Fibra Natura is under the Universal umbrella, so they have more high-end yarns, more wools. They do have acrylics, but some of their acrylics is the same stuff on the Premier website for half the price. So just a little heads up there. But they do have some really nice wools, but I don't work with wool very often, and when I do, like, I buy the hand-dyed ones from like specialty shops or whatever. But I really wanted to try this one. I really loved the colors. It's very fun. This reminds me of like the cross color clothes from like the early 90s. You guys know what I'm talking about? That's what it reminds me of. It's very like primary adjacent. This comes in, see, this is a number 2 fine weight yarn. 612 yards, 100% superwash merino. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different colors it comes in. $21.99. I had a $10 off coupon for this. So Premier doesn't generally do coupons. They'll do either discounts or they'll do reward points. And they actually sent me, as a VIP, probably because I spend so much money with them, they send out some of their people like $10 off. So I had a $10 off coupon, which they rarely do. And it was part of like the VIP thing. And it wasn't to Cinnamon Stitches, it was to Jennifer, you know? So I got it as a customer, not as a affiliate representative. I am an affiliate. If you click my links, I do make a small percentage back. It helps fund the channel for me to make more yarn purchases, to show reviews, or to do like tutorials and stuff like that. It helps the channel immensely if you click my links. Only if you're purchasing the yarn already. Just come back and click Premier Yarns, and then, you know, it helps the channel a lot. But they gave me a $10 off coupon, so I actually got this for $11.99, which is a fantastic deal, and I could not pass it up. I was like, Happy New Year to me. It was my New Year present to myself from Premier. Like I said, it comes in really gorgeous colors. This one is the color Tulip. And then I almost bought this one. This is Mardi Gras color. Gorgeous colors. I also really like this one. This one is Mai Tai. Like, there's a lot of colors to choose from. And it's superwash merino. So, the thing with this, it says machine wash, cool, tumble dry, low. I would not do that. I would hand wash and lay flat to dry, just because it's wool. Now, I know superwash is meant to be thrown in the washer. If you have a washing machine without an agitator, you could totally wash this on cool on the delicate cycle without a problem. I do that frequently. I don't have an agitator in my washing machine, so there's not the thing that does that. And it's really gentle on clothes. I have not had anything ever come out of the washing machine messed up. I will sometimes fluff it in the dryer, but I will absolutely lay it flat to dry. My washing machine also spins really good, so it spins stuff till it's almost dry anyway. So laying something out to dry is not a big deal to me, because it's already almost dry coming out of the dryer or the washing machine. I don't ever put crochet stuff in the dryer. I just don't do it. I don't do it. Hats, yes. If it's a hat, I don't care, because like it took me two minutes to make a hat. Not a big deal, but I really like this yarn, and I wanted to show you guys this yarn on Premier Yarns website. I really think it's worth the $21.99. I just didn't have $21.99 to spend on a ball of yarn at the time, which is why the coupon came in handy. But I think it's really beautiful. I think it's really beautiful. And a lot of times we get stuck in the idea, and I got called out for saying something similar to this in another video, because the woman was a knitter and she was offended that I said this. But I think a lot of times we get so stuck in the idea that the fancy yarns have to be used for knitting, and so knitting stores cater to knitters. Every local yarn shop I've ever been into, and I've been in a few, they always cater to knitters. They have more knitting supplies, they have more knitting patterns, they think of these fancy yarns as a knit product. And I don't see why that has to be anymore. We crocheters can make beautiful, gorgeous things out of these fancy yarns. We need to come forward and be like, hey, look what I'm doing with these fancy yarns. Don't go into the store thinking I have to knit with this. And I'm guilty of this. I look at a yarn and I'm like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like, I feel like I need to knit with it. And then I save it and don't use it. Save it and don't use it because I don't like knitting that much. I love knitting a hat. I love knitting baby items. Like, I will not knit a blanket, not knit a baby blanket ever again. I have no intention to ever knit a sweater. I wanted to for a while. Not going to happen. I like knitting small things. Knitting takes me a long time. It's also painful to my hands because I'm not used to it. Well, yes, I am used to it. It hurts my hands. Knitting hurts my hands. Crochet does not. I mean, sometimes crochet hurts my hands. If I'm doing single crochets, it's painful. I prefer crochet in most aspects. I love knitting small items, don't get me wrong, but saving the good wool for a baby item is silly. Or a hat. Like, why is everything gonna be a hat? It doesn't. So I am starting to really explore the finer wools with crochet and making things that I'm not seeing out there on the market. I'm really trying to make myself and a lot of you say, hey, I can use that for crochet and it will be beautiful. So that is my idea. This is going to be a crochet project. This is not going to be a knit project. I have no idea what I'm going to make. I think this would make a beautiful shawl or shawlette or something like that. But because it's 600 yards, I could make something pretty large. I could make a pretty decent lacy anything. I could probably make a top out of this if I used like a lacy stitch. And I just think it's really pretty. And that is today's yarn of the week from Premier Yarns. You can also find this yarn, I'm positive you could find this on Universal's website because it's listed on Premier's website as a universal yarn. So I will link this on Premier's website though because that's where I bought it from. And I just wanted to bring your guys' attention to Premier Yarns has universal yarns on their website and they change it up with what yarns. If it says Fiber Natura, it's a universal yarn. If it says Rico Yarns, it's also under the umbrella of Universal. I'm trying to see because in the past, yarn collection, yep. If you go to premieryarns.com and you click this, and it gives you all these options, click the, oh, see, I need to close that. It'll say, click yarns, and it'll say you buy yarn weight, etc. Click yarn collections right here and they'll give you a drop down menu and then go to the bottom of that and it says universal yarn. Click that and it will show you the universal yarns that are available on Premier's Yarns website, and a lot of times they're clearanced out. So they have wool pop yarn, which I really want to try because it's like the bamboo pop but it's wool instead of bamboo, or I think it's wool bamboo blend. It's bamboo, superwash wool, and polyamide. And I just really want, I have wanted to try this for a while. It's on sale for $11.49. They have quite a few. They have Vireo, which is really soft. Penna, I haven't tried. Cobblestone, they have the bamboo pop, which I have some. I have some bamboo pop right here. This stuff makes delicious wearables. It is so soft. The bamboo bloom handprints, I made a shawl out of that. Which turned out gorgeous. This yarn goes really, really severely thick thin. And this is another crochet thing where this is really fancy, expensive yarns. It makes these big giant puffs because most of the yarn is like a thin, like a 3-weight or a little bit thinner. And then you get these bulky parts that's like a 5 or a 6. And it makes these beautiful puffs. And this is not a special stitch. This is me following in line doing whatever stitch I was doing and it creates a puff. It looks like you did something fancy and you didn't. It's just crocheting and it's beautiful. Look at this shawl. So this is the bamboo bloom hand paint. It is a gorgeous shawl. It's absolutely stunning. That is also available for $9.99 a hank. And they have, what colors do they have on here? They have this color, I think. They have lots of really, really like beautiful colors. And it's a lot of fun to play with. And it's something that was created for knitting that I crocheted with. And it just is so much fun. And it looks so unique. I just love the way that turned out. I don't really like those yarns. They have the Cotton Supreme Batik and the Cotton Supreme Worsted, which is a good hank of cotton, like soft cotton. And then they have Fiber Natura Radiant Cotton. So they have some Premier yarns on there, or Universal yarns on there. Can't believe I drank that all already. So definitely check out the Universal side of the Premier Yarns website, because don't sleep on some of these yarns. They are gorgeous, beautiful, and just because they are initially intended for knitting, don't let that hinder you. Like, you crochet it, you weave it, you do whatever you want with that yarn. That is your yarn. You don't need to be restricted by any rules or any like restrictions. You shouldn't. Just do what you want with it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But like, most of the time it works. Because I mean, we're magicians. We got our little magic wands and we're just creating gorgeous things.
You want to go with us?
Where are you going?
We're trying to see if we can get this chicken stuff, and I was going to go get myself Coke.
I thought you already left for Coke an hour ago.
No, I turned the car on to warm.
Alright, well apparently I'm going to go with them. They're going to go get some chicken for little man, and Mr. Cinnamon needs a Coca-Cola. But, yeah, definitely check out the links below. I will link the Universal section of the website to Premier Yarns. If you're interested, go over there, just click the link and peruse and see what fancies your, I don't know, whatever interests you. I gotta get all bundled up because it's cold and snowy outside. But yeah, don't sleep on the fancy yarns. Treat yourself once in a while and really come outside of your box. Even if you can't use wool, like the bamboo pop is really nice. And I don't think it has any wool in it. Let me double check. This is bamboo cotton blend. And I've made a tank top out of this like 5 years ago, and I still wear it. It's beautiful. It's so light and airy and drapey, and like bamboo stays cool. So definitely check out the Universal side of Premier Yarns website. They got some stuff on there, and it's usually stuff that's on the verge of being discontinued, so you'll get it at a better rate than you would at, like, you're definitely way cheaper than a local yarn shop, and definitely cheaper than the Universal side of the website. But yeah, definitely I wanted to feature, it's technically a Universal yarn, but I got it through the Premier Yarn website, so it's still a PYOW. And until then, I will see you in the next one, and definitely click that link and check out those yarns. Even if you don't buy, just go look. Just go see what they got. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.